Hi there. Welcome to the Health Analytic Insights Podcast. This podcast is all about creating a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about the field of health informatics. I hope to share information and advice in topics such as health analytics, digital health, biomedical engineering, and data visualization in healthcare. And in exchange, I would love to hear from you, dear listener, about your experience and interest in this field. You can drop me a line at HealthAnalyticInsights@gmail.com, and this email, along with any references discussed during this podcast, will be listed in the show notes below. If this resonates with you, don't forget to follow and subscribe to this podcast, as I'll be releasing new episodes bi-weekly. Before I jump into the episode, I wanted to let you know that at the end of the year, I'll be wrapping up the Health Analytic Insights podcast. I've had so much fun interacting with you, the listener, over the last 3 years, and receiving emails and comments on how these podcast episodes have helped you to learn more about the health informatics field. If you have any episode topics you'd like me to cover before the podcast wraps, please email me at healthanalyticinsights@gmail.com. Now, back to the episode. So in this episode of the Health Analytic Insights podcast, I want to provide some tips on how you can structure your statement of purpose when it comes to applying to health informatics grad programs or similar programs. Myself, I did my master's in biomedical engineering, and these are some of the tips that I took when it came to writing my statement of purpose. So tip number 1, self-reflection is key. Before even starting to write your statement of purpose, some questions you might ask yourself include, what is unique about the school you want to apply to? Do they have a professor whose research you're really interested in? And be sure to mention any specific research papers that inspired you. Does this college or university have specific courses that you feel will help jumpstart your career in the field of health informatics? And again, listing them in your statement of purpose and highlighting the correlation is key. And number 4, will the reputation of the school or their co-op program provide you with necessary skills or experience to break into the field? And I really want to highlight this because I get a lot of questions from listeners of the podcast on how can they prepare themselves to get a job when they graduate. And there's a lot of competition when it comes to entry-level roles, and I think really what differentiates yourself from others is having that experience in the form of a co-op or internship or placement. So I really would highlight to individuals, if you're looking to do your master's in health informatics, try and find a school that has a placement attached to it, because this could be a really good way to segue yourself into a full-time position after you graduate. Having an internship maybe at a local hospital or a healthcare organization near to your university, and then being able to have someone in your corner when it comes to the hiring manager who you might know through an internship or placement really can make the difference when it comes to getting that first entry-level role, which can be quite difficult, can be quite demoralizing to constantly be applying, just throwing your resume into LinkedIn or Indeed. I really suggest trying to get an internship or co-op placement during your graduate schooling. So rant over, but I just really want to highlight that because I get a lot of questions from individuals on, how can they make themselves more attractive to hiring managers when they graduate. And I really think that having that, 3 to 6 month internship placement can really make a difference. So once you've done this self-reflection, really sat down and try to understand why you want to apply this to this specific school and what makes it unique and how it will result in your end goal of obtaining a job. This is really important because this will help you to start the foundation of writing your statement of purpose. Because including this self-reflection is key because the admission panel will want to know why you're specifically interested in applying to this university. Another tip is to make sure you're using the language of the institution you're applying to. Most universities have visions or missions that you can find on their main website or within the program website that you're applying to, and making sure to integrate their core mission into your statement of purpose can be helpful. So, for instance, one university might state that the purpose of the certificate or degree program is to train students to use data to improve patient health outcomes. Therefore, you want to include in your statement of purpose either research projects that you have done, maybe during your undergraduate degree, or projects or jobs you hope to do in the future, which analyze or investigate trends in the data to improve health outcomes. This shows that you are aligned with the mission of the university you're applying to and are an exemplary candidate. The key when writing your statement of purpose is to highlight that this is a symbiotic relationship. It's not just what the university can provide to you, it's also about what you can provide to the university in the form of your previous experience, whether it's work or academic experience. So if you have prior experience through research projects, from your undergraduate degree, or past work that you've done, make sure to highlight this and how they fit into the future research you want to do and what positive impact your research will have for the university. When I was writing my own statement of purpose, I made sure to highlight the specific research paper which sparked my interest that my supervisor co-authored. The focus of the paper was using machine learning techniques to predict premature birth. This paper was of interest to me because I've always been interested in how we can use data to help solve healthcare problems. And I made sure to highlight this and also reference the previous work I did helping to develop machine learning techniques to help predict dysphagia or swallowing disorders at a children's hospital. I want to emphasize that although I would be a student in this master's program and learning, with my previous experience, I could also contribute to the novel research at my supervisor's lab. Saying all this, I will go over a potential general outline of a statement of purpose you could follow when applying to a master's or certificate program in health informatics or a similar degree. So the first paragraph could be an introduction of your academic or professional background and what got you interested in the field of health informatics. I've read quite a few statement of purposes, and a lot of people included very personal statements on either family members or friends close to them that was impacted by disease and how that really shifted their focus into wanting to work in healthcare. And so you could do something like that, really tie your personal story to what got you interested in the field of health informatics. Paragraph 2 could be, why should they select you for the program? Again, this can be a deep dive into your previous academic or work experience, highlighting any projects or courses that you've done in the past that's related to the program you're applying to. Paragraph 3 could be, how does your future research align with the mission of the school? Again, doing some research on the school, understanding their mission and vision, and highlighting how that aligns with your own research goals. And then paragraph 4, which I have as optional, is highlighting that research advisor that you like to work with and why. So that can look like going on Google Scholar and taking a look at some of the papers that some of the professors in the organization and the school that you're applying to have done, and highlighting how that research aligns with your current research and what you would be interested in the future. And finally, paragraph 5 will be a conclusion summarizing what you wrote in the previous paragraphs and also what you hope to do once you have left the program with the knowledge and skills you've obtained. That's an overview of how I would structure my statement of purpose when I'm applying to a health informatics graduate program. I hope this has been of value to you.